Don't trip it, just keep moving. He's heard what's happened to you and wouldn't have blamed you a bit if you'd given up and gone on back home. He'd have done that long ago. Suppose you're right about that. Any home you might have still has to sit somewhere in the world after all. He's impressed by the courage needed to get you to this point. He knows that he'd have strayed from the path long ago. Under threat or not, the thought of home is just too appealing to him. He hopes that you'll find a way to save the Tree of Life, and along with it, the world, and all the homes in it, including his. If your home means anything to you, well, he doesn't care. He just wants you to think about those like him who can't do much to save theirs. Sometimes he wonders what life would be like if he lived somewhere else. Different home, different him. Supposes that's why you came back here after being gone so long. Home always calls your name. Surprised the world's going to survive. Guesses he can keep his home now. Believes you tried your best to make things better, and not just for yourself. Heard you shacked up with the Ankati. When it comes to staying in their homes, they're committed. Most flee from a lack of air. Can't argue with that. If they're so attached to their places, he wonders why they don't figure out how to take them with them. The homes of others don't really matter that much, though. He says whatever you think, big isn't better. It's just bigger. What you see here isn't what you get. There's more going on than meets the eye. His name is Chubsa. A name doesn't mean much, maybe, but you should know he's built his foundation on something larger than himself. Now, with the world on the brink of destruction and all, the time has come for him to find a new home that's better suited to his needs. Says bigger just means bigger. Sometimes you need the space, not want, need, and that's often out of your control. Chubsa says there's no place like home. Even though he's on it, in mind, heart and body, he feels he's far from the place he wants to be. Chubsa wonders if you've seen any carrots in the ground nearby. He's been needing one for a while, but now he needs to act before it's too late. As long as it's not after it's swallowed down. Rubber scrap. Great for when you need a bit of flex. That's you. You need to get the notes in harmony to make the string plonk tuned. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Music to anyone's ear. This might be the end of everything as we know it. Who could stand against that? Nice find. Don't see that in the shops. If the mount didn't throw you, you're good. Think's green finger is so amazing. Hard to find that cave of his, but it's worth it. A brick-rack that's still standing. Now, that's a find. Ah, plastic scrap like that always comes in handy. Better than nothing. This is Biomutant, residents of Gil. Happy to finally get to meet you. He's seen a lot of things wash up on his miniature shore, but nothing as exciting as you. Figures it's impossible. As bad as the air might be, the goo is even worse. It must have been upstream only to get to this point in your histo-future. But which way are you going now? With the flow or against? It's crazy hard to flipper against the surf, but you can't save the world if you let it sweep you away. Either way, it's a shame the surf has gotten so nasty. Think's life is like trying to ride a wave. You need to pick the right one, but you don't really know which one that is until you're on top of it. Better to ride a wave than let the perfect one pass you by. Wonders who would want to. The right wave takes you where you want to go. Can't imagine how wonderful it's going to be to surf on gooless goo. The world is going to live. Can't thank you enough for fighting against the goo. Likes how you hang with the Ankati. They are so desperate for cleaner air that they go to the worst part. That's why he likes them so much. They really just get it. But none of that's nearly as important as enjoying the day, right? He never drank from this pond because of the disgusting things done there. Even the fish stopped drinking here after the pollution made the surf mucked and the air blocked his gills. He figures the Tree of Life isn't drinking either. Or, well, that's not true. He said it does drink, as it has no other choice. It's a tree, but it's forced to drink poison. Figures you're right, but that doesn't mean he has to drink that. Gil says he feels like a fish out of water because of this, but understands he needs to make a change. He wonders if you know a safe spot, somewhere the water is still clear and unblackened. He says he's ready to get his fingers fished for this. He wants you to lead him to the edge of a place like that, where the surf is see-through, or at least, you know, drinkable. Thanks you for being patient with him. Let's see. This land has never known winter. That there is a fume foundry, where toxanol processed go juice. Ice cube. Critical. You could put that to good use. You can never have too much scrap, plastic or otherwise. Wonder what you could make with that. Bullets everywhere. Hope that was a bad guy.
Right way to Clywood saw. Toodly way our furrow.
Gil clearly has his head above the surface now that his fish is in the water, and asks you to find and free the peewee gargantua from the bandits now that you're on a roll, saving surfing creatures.
A study of mass face with which...
Gil says he feels he owes you something, but understands you have no time to spill as the fate of the world is at stake.
A study of man.
But he's found lots of waste when exploring the land in search of clear surf.
Western Hannel. To yon guardway, son.
He's happy to give you the bearings when you have time. He's sure you'll find something of value if you swim that way.
Fest and wife and
Says when the waters got so bad he didn't have any choice, but he waited too late to succeed. Without you, that is. Gil is always ready to help. Has plenty. If only for a bit. Point it in the right direction and blast. You need to undo that knotomajig to set the Pee-wee Gargantua free. You undid the knotomajig. Run, Pee-wee Gargantua. You're free.